Hello there, viewers. Welcome back to class, and we shall have a continuation. The other video is a bit short, but we shall have a continuation with the two questions that we had and how they are slightly different and how you can actually use the same characters, the same episodes to discuss the two, but then make sure that you bring out the two sides of the question as we discussed earlier. So to do a recap of what we had discussed, we had these two questions. Life is riddled with twists and turns, and sometimes we are compelled to adopt the outcome. Write an essay to validate this statement using the novel Fathers of Nations by Paul B. Vita. Then the next question is on sometimes a person can move from the cooking pot to the fire. Discuss this assertion using the novel Fathers of Nations. So for those two questions, we had agreed that you can actually use the same episodes, but you need to bring out what is needed in the particular question. Now, when you talk about twists and turns, we say that you have to look at, like a character that has their life together. Everything is working, like the way it should work, but then in the midst of that calmness, then something happens. We give an example of Professor Karanja Kimani. We actually did the reading on page 22, and we talked about how he had everything that he wanted. He was born a teacher. He wanted to die a teacher. He had won the campus beauty queen, that is Asia Omondi, and his life was complete. In fact, when you read the book, it says his persona was complete. If anyone would have said that whatever happened to him would happen, he would have laughed himself upside down. And what are these unexpected things? What are these twists and turns? He has everything going on well, but then Tony dies in a road accident. Asia says that she's leaving him to go be with newborn Walomu. So that is a twist. That is a turn that Professor Karanja Kimani never expected. Now getting to confront newborn Walomu, getting into a fight, getting arrested, and finally being demoted. He finally accepts that this is it. This is what my life is right now, and the only thing he decides to do is quit his job, and finally he accepts that situation by joining AGDA. Another character that you can look at the twists and turns that come to him is Engineer Saif Tahir. At first, he's happy with his work and everything, and he sees this beautiful girl at his workplace, decides to go ask her for a date to go and enjoy a bowl of tomato soup, but she says no, he's angry. What is the next thing that he plans for? He plans to go and revenge. So he waits until Rahma is removing her head veil to go for her lab work, and he slaps her. At this point, when Saif Tahir is planning everything, it never occurred to him that it would turn, like something would change. For him, it was that particular moment that he would be vindicated, because for this particular girl, she was not having her head veil on. So Tahir going ahead and slapping her was like disciplining her for not having her head veil. So from where he was sitting or standing, he knew that he was right. But what happens next? What is that unexpected turn? This girl, Rahma, uses the letter opener when she's trying to defend herself and slices Tahir's eye open. So Tahir does not only lose the eye, but he gets an artificial eye that makes him feel even more sad. He's gloomy because of this loss. So if you're to talk about what was unexpected, this unexpected turn that comes, where he thinks he's going there to revenge. The unexpected turn that comes is him losing his eye. Then he resigns to his fate. he resigns to his sad feelings and leaves Tripoli and goes to Benghazi and finally joins Agda. If you use the same two characters, you can actually discuss the next question. Sometimes a person can move from the cooking pot to the fire. So same thing. Saif Tahir moves from the cooking pot to the fire because the embarrassment of being being let down by this beautiful girl, it makes him mad, it makes him angry. The revenge brings something even worse, losing his eye. If we talk about Professor Karanja Kimani, his situation now, moving from the cooking pot to the fire, the cooking pot here now is losing us here. That's not enough. He decides to go fight Walom. What follows? He loses his job. So again now, moving from a bad situation to a situation that is worse. So look at those two questions and see that you can actually discuss. You can actually discuss the two questions using the two characters or the similar episodes. So what we'll need to do, first of, look at the next 2 points. I've only given 2 points for each essay question. Then again, don't try and memorize the answers. Understand the question, because the question might be twisted a little bit, and if you don't bring the points that the examiner is looking for, then you might miss out and get a thin instead of a full. So look for those two particular answers that we need, then see whether you can actually answer them. In case there's something that you have not gotten and you want us to discuss further, you can write it in the comment section and we shall discuss it together. Maybe if you have realized is that sometimes some of these characters, some of these episodes, you can use them over and over again in different essay questions. So you need to go through the book, understand, learn everything that happens in those episodes so that it becomes easier for you to write down the essays. So in the next episodes, we shall look at especially the characters, those 4 characters, the path travelers. We shall look at them one by one, and then we see how to, or which points to pick, especially when we need to answer the questions. Now, I'll give an example of Professor Karanja Kimani, chapter 3 again. Read the whole of chapter 3, page 22, I think 21 to 40 something, 45, 48. You will understand everything. That he's married to Asia Omondi. He has a daughter, Tuni, where he worked, where he went to school, the fight he has with newborn Walomu, how he meets Tad Longwe and gets to Agda. All that information is there. So as you prepare for essay writing, as you read the book, it's important that you just don't read for the sake of reading it. Just know what exactly you want to get from the book. If you want to understand something about a certain character, choose the chapter that gives that information, and it will just be good for you. So think about the 2 questions. See, sometimes a person can move from a cooking pot to the fire. Which other character can you discuss? Let me know in the comment section. And as usual, this was a good time having a lesson with you, and I'll be looking forward to having more. Until next time, so goodbye.